Sawubona Mzansi, and welcome to this week's MIH Live. So you can see on TikTok we are using the old setup again, which is not ideal, but it's okay because we will survive. Just checking things on TikTok. Yeah, so I was getting things ready now to start streaming, and when I went to set up the stuff on the TikTok side so that I can use the new setup and all of those kind of things, I saw that I no longer have access on this specific platform that I'm using, which is kind of frustrating. But it's okay because we'll survive. I'll get it working. Maybe tomorrow I'll try sort that out. But yeah, tomorrow I'll try sort that out and get into like understand why things are like this, or can I stream from another platform? Because I don't like the current setup. I'm like streaming through a party platform into TikTok, which is kind of nonsense at the moment, if I can say that. But we'll have to survive for one night. We'll still go through the same process. It'll just be not as nice, not as crispy as it was previously when we previously used that software. So the things that we're getting up to is, let me give you a recap on what happened in the last week's live, or on Thursday's live. So what happened was we started designing the Mzansi wallet. So we started designing the Mzansi wallet. Sawubona everyone. We started designing not Mzansi wallet, the Mzansi directory. And we were starting on the journey of designing the Mzansi directory. And the first step that we were doing is to redesign our personal profile and then also redesign our patient profile. Not patient profile, our business profile and our personal profile. Just changing the look and feel. Instead of it being a capture card or a capture form with information over there, now it's going to be something a little bit more typical, because we did go through some best practices of what a profile should look like, a user profile should look like. So we tried following those designing something that we are all happy with, and I think we got somewhere close. We'll just have to vote on which version of the business profile are we looking at. So that's what we did last week. So in this week's update, MIH version 1.1.11 is now out on the web, but it's still sitting in review on the App Store and the Google Play Store. So you'll have to wait a little bit. Hopefully tomorrow, if there's no issues. So hopefully tomorrow, once we submit that, or once we get some feedback from them, then we can publish it to the different app stores, and you'll be able to download it on your side. So that's what we did. So the only thing that we added into this is, sorry, I'm trying to open this. So the only update that we added in this update was including ads. So throughout last week's lives, we were discussing the types of ads that we want to put inside MIH, but then also look at how they are looking inside MIH. So the ads don't work on the web version at the moment. It's only for mobile. So I'll switch my screen for you, and then hopefully you'll be able to see it. Let me unlock this, and we should be good to go. Let's close this. Cool. So I'm gonna flip the screen right now, and on TikTok, and you'll see MIH now. Hi, Sawubona, Sedoba, Sawubona. Thank you for joining the MIH live. So this is what MIH currently looks like. Remember, this is just running in an emulator. Are you using AdMob for ads? 100%. We are using AdMob because we're using Flutter. If we go on to, let me move my screen this side. If we go on to, I apologize for everyone with the setup. Things are broken, and we'll get the setup working fine again. So it's Google mobile ads. So we're using Flutter as our framework. So I want everyone. We're using Flutter as our framework, and to deliver ads to you, we are using Google mobile ads. So you can see Google mobile ads for Flutter, and it works good for, where is this? There at the bottom, Ad Mob and Ad Manager. So those are the two things that are added, or we're allowed to use it with. So that's what we did. So I'll show you what it looks like currently. So there's only 3 places at the moment where we have ads inside MIH. So if you go to the Mzansi wallet, if you click on this, you'll still, or let's go back, you'll see that on the home screen of MIH, there's no ads, right? If we click on the Mzansi wallet, still no ads. Why do I have no cards there? I think I'm using the wrong. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me open up. So if we go back, no ads on the home screen of MIH. So I want everyone, thank you for joining. No ads on MIH on the home screen. I'm sorry about the new setup. If we go into Mzansi wallet, still no ads, but once we open up a card, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, it should pop up with an ad. This is just a test ad, but that's what it would look like when you're using it inside MIH. I did test it out today at Pick and Pay, and everything worked fine. The cashier didn't get distracted by the ads like some of the other people were saying. Also, it's not only in the wallet, so I'll show you one more time. We'll click on it, ad pops up. If we go to the calculator and to the tip calculator, let's go 100 Rand. The tip will be 10%. We won't split the bill, we'll calculate. So it gives you the thing, and it also serves you an ad also. So after MIH provides you with some value, it then extracts some value from you through the ads, if that makes sense. So that's what we added, or that was the main thing that was added inside MIH in this week. Right? So that was the one thing that we did. The reason why I think things are getting a little bit, why things are taking a little bit longer today is I changed a lot of things with this latest update of MIH. The latest update is, so with introducing the ad, nice placement, thank you so much for that feedback. I didn't want it to be a full screen ad because I myself hate full screen ads. So I don't want, thank you so much for the follow. Max, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. So thank you for the telling me it's nice placement. I don't want a full screen ad because I hate those kind of ads. And I normally, if there's an ad or if there's an application like that with full screen ads, I normally just, after getting frustrated for a bit, I uninstall that app and then I'll go find an alternative. So I don't want that inside MIH. So that's why we decided on the small banner ads. So I'll show you one more thing. So that was the tip calculator. And now if we go into the, thank you so much for the likes, I appreciate you. If we go into the Forex calculator, so this is something new that was added in 2 updates ago. So let's say one currency amount. Let's search for USD. USD is here. Let's search for ZAR, South African Rand. Click on calculate. And then once again, a small ad is served to you once MIH provides you with some value, right? So we can, so that's the 3 places where there's currently ads inside MIH. 3 places where there's currently ads inside MIH. I'll show you one more time. We entered the currency amount, the from currency to the to currency, clicked on calculate, and then an ad was served for us. Very small, very tiny. I'm not even trying to get you to mistakenly click on it so that I can make more money. You can see that the close button is very far away from this ad. So there shouldn't be any mistaken clicks. You'll only click on this ad if there's really something inside there that is piquing your interest, then you can click on it. But we're not trying to get you to mistakenly, what's it, the fat thumb syndrome, where you try to press something and then you click on an ad by mistake. I don't want that for you. So that's what we got up to. Now let's see what else we did. So let me move this over for you. So this is what we were getting up to last week. So we were designing the Mzansi profile, or the Mzansi directory, my apologies. And the Mzansi directory is basically a place for you to either search for people or businesses inside MIH, right? So currently, if you look at the top of the screen, it does say original. So the original is what MIH currently looks like when you click on the Mzansi profile. Excuse me. When you click on the Mzansi profile, that's the first thing that you'll see is this, right? Then we were designing something. We designed these two, version 1 and version 2. Let me remove this red thing over here. We designed version 1 and version 2. So based on the people of Mzansi, we all decided that version 2 is the version that we want, right? So that's why we put a cross over it. And we moved on to designing the business side. So this is what your business profile will look like. V2 is the one. Let me know in the chat what you think. You can just say, yes, it looks nice. No, it doesn't look nice. Whatever you want to say. So this is what it'll look like. You'll have your profile picture. I'm thinking about a online status. I'm sorry about the colors on TikTok. But there is the online status. So whether you're online or offline. It'll have your username, your name, surname, account type, so whether personal or business. Then, what is this? Your bio, but we'll work on the name of the bio. And then a button. So I have connect, but we'll work on the wording for that. So that is like adding them to your list of people or adding them to your directory. Then what we have, so this is what, V2. Let me know, V1 or V2, which one do you prefer? While you're letting me know that, let's move over to so this is what the business profile would look like. A little bit more spicier than the previous one. But if we have a look over here, V2. Thanks, Lean. I also like V2. So let's go back. We'll see what V2 is looking like. So this is what V2, this is what Lean is suggesting. This is what Lean is suggesting, V2. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So let's go on to the business profile. So previously, this is what it looked like on the left-hand side of the screen. This is what your business profile looked like. I'll show you here on the desktop version of, or not desktop, the dev version of it. That's right here. It has all the information for you. If we go back. So then we decided what are we going to design. So this is what we got to. We have V1 and V2. The top parts are exactly the same, but now we're looking at the bottom, the buttons. So we decided that as a group, as a collective of MIH, as the people of Mzansi, we said that we should be able to call the business, we should be able to email the business, we should be able to locate the business, and we should be able to navigate over to the business's website. What are you using for designing the UI? I'm just using Canva at the moment. So let's go home. So we're just using Canva. I use Canva for like thumbnails and stuff. So I'm very familiar with it. And that's why we're currently using it. Let me come over here. That's why we're currently using Canva. It's just easy to use. We're just using the basic elements over here and also screenshots of MIH. So that's what we're using. We don't have to use sophisticated tools like Figma or anything like that. Is it proper? It is proper because I use it for everything, right? It's like my PowerPoint. I use it to create videos. So I'll show you over here, right? So I use it to design my App Store listings for MIH, right? So it's not like Photoshop or anything, but it's very easy to use. It's across multiple platforms, so I can do something on my phone. Oh, he's saying it is proper. This is proper. Oh, Askis, my bad. The small text is getting to me. So yes, let's close this up now. So yeah, we have... this is the business profile, right? So we discussed the personal profile and we decided V2 is the best. So we're going to discuss the business profile. So we did design something. We said we need to rate the business to find out what the business rating is. We need to be able to call them, email, navigate to the website, and also rate and bookmark, right? If you see over here. V2 again, nice. So I see Lynn is saying V2. So let me know what you think. Is V2 the one that you like? I'm also leaning on the side of V2. Wait, I'll come across now. I'm also leaning on the side of V2, but let me know. I like this one over here. The only problem, or what happened in the previous live, is I asked the question of V2 because everyone was leaning to V2. Are these icons universal enough? Will someone know that if I press this button, it's going to make a call to the business? If I press this button, it's going to make an email. If I press this button, it's going to take me to navigation. So that's the question that was posed. And one of the members of Mzansi did say that some of the oldies, wouldn't know what these are all about, right? These icons. So rather have something with the icon and a text next to it. So I'm seeing black mode is saying V1, bruh. It needs a little iteration, no problem. So I'm happy with that. So let's try do a poll right now. Give me 1 second. We'll do a poll, custom poll, standard. I'll keep it going for 1 minute. Yeah, which version do you like? I have it on lock over here, guys. So the poll is up now on TikTok. I'm not sure on the other platforms, but let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts in the poll. Sawubona Jay. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Let's tap the screen, guys. Love it, Lynn. Love it. So we have the poll up, guys. It should be on the top corner somewhere. You can click on it unless it just popped up in front. So we're looking. Thank you so much for the heart, me, Jay. So we're looking at the business profile. You'll have your profile picture, a status indicator, the business name. Then you'll have their vision and mission. So this is for you to understand what this business is all about. What do they do, right? And what's their purpose? What's their business's purpose? The rating. So this is the current rating of the business. Then we have the different buttons, right? So these buttons don't have to look exactly like this. It doesn't have to look exactly like this. Evening, sawubona everyone. It doesn't have to look exactly like this, as big as it is. We are looking at the two different designs, right? Everything until the buttons are standard across both. But we're looking below, above the button. So we're looking over here, which one is better. There was a comment over here that we need to iterate on version 1. They like version 1. So let me know, guys. If we were to iterate version 1, this is the question. If we were to iterate version 1, I'm sorry about we're back to the old quality TikTok live streaming. It chowed me today. It definitely chowed me and it kicked me out. So we're back to the old thing. We're gonna try and look to see how we can resolve this or move to a different platform. So how can we iterate on these two designs? So I think over here, these buttons over here are too big. First and foremost, are too big. Let's move this over. Let's move this here. Let's move the rest over. And let's do a version 1.5. Let's do version 1.5. Let's copy paste, undo. So copy paste. Let's move this over here. So this is gonna be version 1.5, right? Because someone is saying we must iterate on this one. So let's try and iterate on this. So what I think is these buttons are too long. That's my opinion. These buttons over here are way too long. So we need to figure out a way of changing these buttons up, right? Let's firstly delete all of them. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a circle, I guess. How will this look? Okay, a circle won't work for us. Yeah. Let's do a squircle. So what I was thinking, while I was thinking about this is, let's copy paste. Maybe if we have the buttons in twos, it will be less scary. Is that the right word? Less scary. But then the text, phone. I'm not sure, guys. Not sure at all. Let's grab some text over here. Huh? Yo, I'm doing garbage over here right now. Call. Let's change the color of this to here. Make it bold. Yeah. So what do you think of this? Instead of the long buttons, have a small button like this. Is that looking a little bit better? What exactly were you mentioning when you said, I think it was black mode, when you were saying we should iterate version 1, what exactly should it look like? So we can make this smaller also, just to fit the button. Nice. So we'll do more. We'll do more of these. Let's delete this. Thank you so much, Mr. Jaeger, for the hot me. I appreciate you. We are designing the Mzansi directory right now. We are looking at the business profile in particular. The current version looks like this over here. We're trying to make it a little bit prettier and more usable so that when someone searches for a business through the Mzansi directory, they'll be greeted with something like this instead of what we currently have. All right. Let's copy this. Cool. Copy paste. Paste maybe. Yeah, so it'll be call, email, map. Well, what can I say? Nav. Copy paste. So yeah, we just trying to reimagine what the first one, what something like, what V1, we're trying to update V1. That's what you're doing. I am seeing the version of V1 is not bad at all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is starting to look a little bit better. Definitely. Definitely starting to look a little bit better. So we'll just finish it up a bit and then we'll do another comparison, do another poll and see what's up. So that's navigate. This is website. And then rate us. Bookmark. Right. So let's think of what icon can be for bookmark, right? I'm thinking the star because that's normally what you put as like favorite or something, and we're currently using that. So add a shape, no. element star search. So the star can change colors to here. Alright, so maybe a star over here for bookmark. And then rate us. What would be a rate us icon? Sorry, I see there's more thingies. So web app or native app, what OS? So MIH is available on the web, on iOS and on Android. So it's across all three platforms. It's not on Harmony OS, which is Huawei's operating system. It's not on Mac OS, but you can use the iPad version. And it's not on Linux at the moment. So those are the three platforms that we are at. On the rate us, why don't you add a star there? Okay, no problem, no problem. So you're saying the star should be by rate us. And then let's see for bookmark. So I'm just looking for a generic bookmark icon. But remember guys, these icons are not final. These are just temporary at the moment. So we are looking, or we will update it in the future. This is the one I'm looking for. A little bit janky now, but we'll find the right icon in the future, right? So between V1 and V2, just what's on the screen right now. I'll put a poll up again, and let me know. The poll should be, I'll let the poll run for about 2 minutes, but it will be on the top right hand corner, or top left hand corner of the screen. Which version would you like? Let's go manage, edit, V1, V1.5. Save. Start. So I put the poll up. If it doesn't pop up on your screen, it should be on the top left hand corner. You can click on that little icon over there with the countdown and let me know what you think of between V1 and V1.5. I'll go in a little bit closer so you can see. V1, V1.5. Let's see. So people are saying V1.5. I'm happy. I'm seeing 66% is saying V1.5 compared to these two. So the winner of these two will then look at version 2 and we'll ask the same question. Which one do you prefer? Right? So 75% is saying V2 or V1.5, right? V1.5 is the one that they are into. We'll let the poll run down, and I'll keep it up over here. So for those that have voted, the icon and text signs are off. 100%. Who is this? Babblefish. Babblefish. Does my 100? So let me answer this. So let me speak to Babblefish first. So 100% the icons and the text don't matter. It's a rough sketch of what we want to design, right? When we put it inside MIH, it'll look a lot better. The icons will look much better than what they're looking now, right? These are just free icons. These are just trying to get the layout correct. So 100% we will fix that in the future. So Jay was asking, does your IDE allow to export to APK? So it does allow me to export in APK format. It does. Would you guys like if we had like the download APK file on MIH? So if we open up this, so maybe under about MIH, when you click on, so the poll is done. The poll is done. But we'll get back to this poll. So the 75% said version 1.5. But before we move on to that, would you like me to add by I think over here, when it's install MIH, you'll click on this, it'll take you to another screen or maybe a pop-up window, something, and you're able to download the APK file. Yes, would like to help for Huawei users, definitely. There is a way for me to add it to the app gallery. I must just think of that. I would rather prefer to go through the app gallery than to go just a raw APK file, if that makes sense. Talk to us about the app. Hey, the people of Mzansi know that I love this question, because if we have a look, let's minimize this a little bit so you can see. So this is what MIH is all about. We have a feature called Ask Mzansi at the top of the screen. So all you have to do is ask Mzansi a question. What is the MIH app all about? Then we'll ask it a question, give it some times. It'll respond to us. Then let's listen to it.
Hey there, wave in hand. The MIH app is basically your all-in-one hub for simplifying your life, both personally and for your business. It's designed to make things smoother. Think managing your profile, teams, appointments, and even doing quick calculations. It's built by Mzansi Innovation Hub. It has features like the Mzansi Profile, Mzansi Wallet for storing loyalty cards, and a handy calendar and calculator. Essentially, it's about streamlining your daily activities. Would you like me to elaborate on any particular feature?
So we can say, tell me about the features. Tell me about all the features. So let it think, let it speak to us, then let's listen.
Okay, let's dive into all the awesome features of the MIH app. Here's a breakdown. Mzansi Profile, this is your central hub. You can manage your personal and business information here. Think of it as your main dashboard. Mzansi Wallet, store all your loyalty cards digitally and easily access them within the app. No more bulky wallets. Patient Manager, for medical practices, specifically designed for medical practices, it allows you to seamlessly schedule patient appointments and manage patient data. Mzansi AI, that's me. I'm your friendly AI assistant here to answer your questions and help with tasks. Smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks. Calendar, manage your personal and business appointments all in one place. Calculator, quick calculations, including handy tip calculations. MIH Access, manage and view profile access security. Does one of these features particularly interest you, or would you like me to give you a little more detail about a specific one?
Thank you, Mzansi, for that answer. So, let's go to the top. So, Babelfish is saying it's local app. So yeah, as you can see, it is localhost at the top, but this is the dev environment. If you look over here, it is at app.mzansiinnovationhub.co.za. We are live. It's currently there. You can see version 1.1.11. So everything is live. I'm showing you localhost because this is the latest version that we're currently working on. And as Jay mentioned, MIH is available on multiple platforms. So Jay is 100% correct. If you go to the About MIH tile and then click on the share button at the bottom, you'll see that MIH is available on Android, iOS, and the web. And the versions of that is on the Play Store and on the App Store themselves. So it's an actual application. It's not just a progressive web app. We do have that available, but the superior version of MIH is you can call it native versions of the app on the specific platforms. So let's scroll down. It's AI powered, 100% it's AI powered by Mzansi AI, as you can see at the top. So there was a question about the text to speech. So I think I use Flutter text to speech. So because we're using Flutter as our foundation, we are using Flutter TTS for the package that we're using. I know the voice doesn't sound as amazing as the ones that we see on Google and stuff, but for now it serves the purpose of me being a little bit lazy to read what Mzansi is speaking about. So what API do I use? So everything that we're using is in-house. We're not using any third-party APIs. So when we are asking or sending a message to Mzansi AI, it's coming to our endpoints on our MIH servers. So that question was by Neo, right? So what API am I using? So I'm not using OpenAI stuff. I'm not using Gemini stuff. I'm using no one's thing. What I am using is Ollama. Get up and running with large language models. So this is the technology that we are using. It is free and open source. If we explore models, we are using the Gemma 3 model. The 4 billion parameter model, this one over here. This is the one that we are currently using. So that's the API that we are using, right? Let's go back here. Let's see, there's other questions. That the voice needs work 100%, but it's for now it's serving the purpose. Probably open source GPT, 100% open source GPT. So it's not GPT, it's using Gemini, right? So, or Gemma 3. So that's the open source model that we are using. Use Even Labs, clone your voice. So PWA, not only PWA and native app. So use Even Labs. So the problem with using these different frontier technology, let's call it that, right? Even Labs. I'm going to show you exactly why we don't use these tools. This is why we don't use the tools. This is exactly why we don't use and not open source tools, right? So if I were to use the free version, I get 10,000 credits per month. So I don't even know how much the credits work, right? Then it's $1 per month, but this is per month and in dollars, right? So I don't want to pay monthly fees to another company. I'll use free and open source tools. That's our philosophy at MIH. And we won't break that philosophy just to get a slightly better technology. All right. Okay, my bad. What library you use for what is compilation? For compilation. I'm not sure what that question is. Please clarify down below. Flutter got it. Swap to Even Labs and clone the voice. Better way. I did it with a WhatsApp bot. I don't want to pay for the technologies. The voice will change per device 100%. So I'm using a Mac now and I'm using Chrome, and the default voice over here is kind of trash. That's why it sounds very robotic and stuff, but depending on the device that you're using. So Jay is 100% correct that when you use it on your phone, you can select the type of voice that you want. Thank you so much, Noma, for the follow. I'm using Grok. So I love Google's technologies, right? So Flutter is a Google technology and Gemma is a Google technology. So I just like them. So I think the what's these things? All of the AIs are on the same path. My tools and trying to lower. Yes, 100%. So we're trying to lower the cost so that I don't have to burden you with the cost. That's how MIH is going to stay and maintain it as being free. But you're using OpenAI. No, not at all. We're using Olama. So Babelfish, we are using Olama. Let's ask Mzansi, what is Olama? Olama. I think it's like that.
Okay, let's talk about Olama. Basically, Olama is a really cool open source tool that makes it super easy to run large language models, like the ones that power chatbots, on your own computer. Instead of needing a huge server and tons of technical know-how, Olama lets you download and run these models with just a few commands. It's great for developers, researchers, and anyone who wants to experiment with AI locally. Want to learn more? You can check out their website, https://olama.com/right_open_https://olama.com. Would you like me to elaborate on any particular aspect of Olama, like how it works or what you can do with it?
Thank you so much, Mzansi AI, for your response. So that's what Olama is all about. It's a free and open source large language model tool that allows you, yes, you here watching the live right now, it allows you to spin up your own large language model server and serve that to yourself. If you want a local, I think there's one called Private GPT. You can run that one if you want, but that's what it's all about, right? Cost is the main issue. So definitely not Meta. If we have a look at all the models, there's DeepSeek, there's Gemma, there's Quinn, and here's Meta's one over here. We're not using Meta's one, we're using Google's one. Hello team, hello Dr. Pixel, Salbona. Thank you for joining us. 100%. That's why we're using. So Babelfish is saying his cost or subscriptions to AI is coming to 3K. Why spend 3K when we can serve it up ourselves for free? That's exactly what we did, and that's what we provided to you. So cool. Going back to our design. Thank you so much for the conversation. I love the engagement. I appreciate you guys so much. So going back to our designs, we were saying that we put up a poll V1 or V1.5. The people of Mzansi, 75% of you said 1.5 is better, right? So now the next step that we should look at is V1.5, since that's the winner, versus V2. Which one is better? So remember these two over here, they can be, let's do that to standardize things. Let's delete this, delete this, delete, copy paste, maybe over here, copy paste over here, and we'll use the same icons we used this side. Sorry, I'll get to the chat now. Because of the new setup, I'm not able to see things as quickly as I used to. Because it normally was on the screen by me, but unfortunately. Okay, this is the new V1 and V2, right? Let me move this. And I'll put up another poll right now for you. And remember, the polls are on the top left-hand corner. We'll put up that poll now, and it's going to last for 2 minutes, so vote as soon as you see it. Either V2 or V1.5. That's the question that we're going to ask now. 1.5 or 2. Keep both designs in mind. 1.5. Save. Cool. The poll is now live. It's on the top left-hand corner. You'll see the countdown timer. Click on it and vote now. So we're asking the question, which design do you like? V1.5, our previous winner, or V2, our new winner? So I see there's one voter at the moment leaning on V1.5. Keep the votes coming. There is 1:30 left. Let me see what you guys got up to. Thank you so much, Tabo, for the follow. What AI are you? AI subs? What are AI subs? I'm assuming it's just AI subscriptions. That's what he's speaking to. So Babelfish is probably saying that he's subscribed to multiple different AI tools out there. So maybe like he's saying over here, OpenAI, Claude, VO3. Thank you so much, Jay, for the roses. I appreciate you. Even Labs for the voice. Then things like SendGrid, I don't know what's that. Netify, I don't know what's that. Superbase is a like database as a service tool. But yeah, all of those tools are very thing. While we are waiting for the poll, so there's 30 seconds left of the poll, guys. And there's only one vote. That's okay. But Babelfish, if you would like to use a different tool, it's a little bit more work, but you can use super tokens as a replacement to, or an open source alternative to Superbase. All right, this is a free and open source tool. It allows you to do the exact same thing, but just for free. Open source user authentication. This is what MIH currently uses. So going back to the version. So everyone over here is voting. 100% of you guys voted for version 1.5. Happy with that. Happy with that stuff. Let's see. So VO3, you got an app. Okay. I run a digital agency specialized in what? Okay. What is that all? I'm new to all the stuff. Okay. Happiness. So we're going for we are going for version 1.1.5. Is everyone in agreement? Is everyone happy? You can put yes or no in the chat. Let me know what you think. V1.5 was the winner. I'm also liking it because these icons over here, I know it is universal to us, right? But sometimes it's not universal to a lot of people. Like, what is a star? What is this thingy over here? Sometimes people won't know. I'll have to add some sort of other interaction with the button in order to make the user understand what's going on, right? Like maybe text underneath it. So that's why I think everyone leaned more towards this one over here. So happiness, I think it's safe to say that V1 is out. V1 is out at the moment. Let's bring this to the top, to the front. And then, are we saying V2 is out? Are we comfortable saying that, guys? We'll have both on the screen. First web app. Happiness. So, are we saying V2 is out? And it's only V1. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. There's quite a few things that we'll have to plan and think about, because like I'll have to add a new field to store this information over here about your purpose, your vision. Then I'll have to have another field or another thing for ratings. Another thing I have to think about. So this one over here, I have a plugin that does that for me already. And the email, I already have a plugin that does that for me. If I don't want to open it up now, but if you use the, where's this? If you use the share button under the About MIH page, which is over here, and you'll click on it, if you're using like an Android or a iOS device, it'll open up that share menu and then you can select email over there. So it automatically does that for you, what we're using. And the web version, there's a plugin called, I think, Flutter Web View or something. Flutter Web View. Yeah, Web View Flutter. So we'll use this tool to display things on our screen with us as the examples. There's no examples, but we'll use this as a thing to serve you the website. The rate us, like I mentioned, I'll have to build that functionality in. The bookmarks also, I'll have to think about that a little bit longer. So I don't think the directory will be something quick that we have to do. Yeah, so I see there's a discussion going on now about what UI and UX is. Neo, the best solution that you can do is ask Mzansi what it's all about. If you're trying to learn something, what is UX all about? You can just ask Mzansi and it'll come through with an answer immediately.
Hey there, let's talk about UX. It stands for user experience. Basically, UX is all about making sure things are easy and enjoyable for people to use. Think about websites, apps, or even products. UX designers are focused on how they feel and how easy they are to navigate. It's about understanding what users need and want, and then designing things to meet those needs. This includes things like clear layouts, simple instructions, and a smooth overall experience. Does that make sense? Would you like me to elaborate on any specific part of that?
No, thank you, Mzansi. Yeah, we're all good. I hope that answered your question about what UX is all about. So UX is user experience. So how a user experiences your app. So like how many times are they pressing the screen in order to get to a feature? How many times or how long do they have to wait in order for something to load? Things like that. So we are currently using, so there was a question over there from Lean. What language did you use for your app? Android Studio, which is an IDE, and they use Java and Kotlin and all of those other things, or Flutter. So we did use Flutter. Flutter is not a language, but a framework created by Google. I like to call it a framework, and I think it is a framework used by Google, where you'll see over here, you code once. Where is this? An open source framework, yeah. An open source framework for beautiful, natively compiled, multi-platform applications from a single code base. So you code once, and then you deploy to multiple different areas, right? But that's only front end, guys. Yes, front end is just like React, it's a tool. But then what Flutter uses as a language is Dart. So Dart is the language that is used. Dart programming language. So I've never been to this website before, so I don't know what to expect, but it uses Dart as a language. If we head over to our code, let's see what I can show you. Yeah. So you can see it's looking very similar to Java and or JavaScript. All right, if you have a look at it, but the way you have to think in Flutter is you have to think about widgets. Everything on the screen is a widget, but that's what it's all about. So let me see what else is happening in the chat. It's happening tonight, guys. I'm loving the interactions. I get you. I get you. The magic of Flutter is it hooks up into GCP services seamlessly. I don't know what GCP services is, but that's okay. So after I've done working on the app that I built with an AI builder, what do I need to do? Hectic. I hear you, Neo. I hear you. And I think this is the problem, or this is what the problem is going to be in the future when it comes to these AI builders. So you can build it for yourself, but it's on localhost. So there's many ways to deploy an application, right? It's so let me type your exact. So what do I need to do to get it out? Yo, Google Cloud Platform. Oh, that's what GCP is. Oh, like Firebase. Is that what you're saying? Firebase, similar to that. So, Neo, to answer your question, difficult, but I figured it out after all the errors and stuff. I had to figure it out after all the errors and stuff. I have no idea how to answer your question about how to get the application out of there because I've never used an AI builder before, and I don't know how all these things work, right? And even how you're even going to serve this to someone else. That's a whole nother question, a paradigm that you have to think about, right? Like your own servers, are you going to put it on Amazon Web Services as your all these things? Or I know when you're using ChatGPT, depending on the type of app you use, there's this thing called, where is it? GPTs. I don't know if you're talking about GPTs or I've seen it before. I don't know where it is, but on Gemini, it's called gems. Where are these gems? Yeah, explore gems. So I think gems are applications made through or with Gemini. So I'm not sure if that's what you're doing. I have no idea how this works. Yes, like Firebase. It ties in way more than that. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. So I don't want to use such things because I know there's heavy costs probably associated to it. Google, what's it called? Google what? Google Cloud Platform. Yeah, you see, I saw Firebase somewhere, but where's the pricing? You see how they hide the pricing from us? Storage, let's get started. Yeah. Pricing, there's it. Yo. Oh my word. So this is where new customers get $300 free credit. Once you run out of these dollars, hey, it's probably over for you. It's probably, they're not even showing us the thingy. Where's the, apply for pre-built solutions. Where's the other thing is? You see, they're not even the free tier. They're not even being transparent with us how the pricing works. So things like that, I don't know. I feel like I'll get caught up in costs further down the line. I'm using Lovable. I saw something interesting there. Pricing. Neo, did you check up on the pricing? Did you see that you're not going to get screwed with pricing in the future? So the free version, public projects. Then private projects, what, all of these things. This is how they catch you guys. They catch you on the pricing. Build a simple calculator. Oh my word. Oh my word. Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Cool, I'm back. So build a simple calculator. Alright. So I'm assuming this is how you build, right? You just say build a calculator. And then it will start doing things. So we can explore to see like how to even export these things. Like Firebase, I'm using Lovable, custom GPTs and gems are just private AI tools trained on your context. Okay, that's helpful. Thank you. Use Bolt. Okay, I'm not sure what Bolt is. Then cloud to code. Yo, this workflow sounds hectic right now. Sounds super hectic. This looks like it's using TypeScript. So it's probably using React as the foundation to this app. I've created a beautiful... How do I see the things? Code. Hey Neo, what I would do is just copy and paste these things and put it inside VS Code and do it yourself. That's what I would do. How do I even run this app? Code. View coding. Yo. I'm definitely... Okay, here's it over here. My bad, guys. My bad. So this is what it did for us, right? Very cool, very simple calculator. But then the question is, now that you have the calculator available for you, you would have to go to the code, I guess. I don't know, Neo, how you did it. It's under preview. Okay, my bad. And I'm assuming you just copied and pasted this code and called it a day and put it somewhere else to run it. Is that how you did it? Because here's the index. Wait. Can you do Flutter? I don't like, I don't know how React works, so definitely not. What is this? Yeah, I have no idea how this works, Neo. This is tough. You'll have to take this application, however you had it, and then probably these files. You'll have to take these files, serve it up on your own Node.js server, I'm assuming, because it's using... you can publish your app and save it. They'll visit and edit it later. Interesting. What is this? Sync your GitHub project. Interesting. Yeah, no, this is a dope tool. This is definitely a dope tool, but what I don't like about it is there's too many hidden steps. Like they're hiding way too much from me. And when things are hidden from you, that means that you don't fully understand the technology and the tool. So even with this one, even though this is open, I don't fully understand it, but I know at least a little bit more. With super tokens, I think that disappeared. With super tokens, it's an open source tool. I don't know how to use it, but the code is there and it's available for me to view and read. Even Flutter. So you see this Google ad thingy. If you scroll down to the bottom, you see here's the license, Apache 2.0, API reference. When I click on this, okay, Google's one is trash. But if we go to this one over here, you can see they normally have their GitHub repository. If you click on it, now you have access to the code. Now you can mess around with the code to figure out how exactly things work. Right, so this is why we use open source tools. Isn't that everyone, Babel? Isn't that everyone? Everyone gets, or everyone right now works too hard and gets paid too less here in South Africa. 100% for sure. And it's a little bit scary. Let me flip this camera. It's a little bit scary right now. Just speaking on top of that, it's a little bit scary because What's going to happen when AI reaches AGI or ASI. So AGI is artificial general intelligence, ASI is artificial super intelligence, right? General intelligence is as smart as the smartest human beings, and super intelligence is far superior than any human being on earth, right? So when we reach that, I believe we're going to reach that in 2027. Hot take, but I believe we're going to reach that 2027. And when we reach that, what's going to happen with all of us, all of the people that are working? If AI, my platform, generates over 100 million in revenue, but I don't own them. So, yeah, so what exactly? So, what exactly is going to happen to the people that AI is going to replace, right? So, remember, AI doesn't replace you, it's human beings replacing you. That is going to replace you. Or human beings that use AI is the things that's going to replace you, not AI itself, right? But we're going to get to a point, I believe, 2027, right? This based on the different conversations, different podcasts, different things that I was having a look at. So, what's going to happen when that day comes when ASI is here? Where, in order to create a presentation, all you have to do is just put a prompt, agentic work, rather. Exactly, agentic workflow. What's going to happen when agentic people or agentic AI is here? Where it's actual an AI in your computer that has access to the whole computer screen and the browser and everything else. They'll basically do the work for you. So, what businesses are currently doing right now is they are using AI to replace people. And when I say replace people, I mean fire people. They use AI and then fire people instead of upskilling these people on other tasks that maybe AI is not best suited to perform. What's agentic? Let's see if Mzansi AI has that answer for you. Loving the questions. Loving the questions. What is agentic AI? I'm not sure if Mzansi AI is up to date with such things, but let's see what's happening.
Hey there, that's a fantastic question. Let's break down agentic AI. Basically, it's about building AI systems that aren't just answering questions, they are actually acting like they have goals and intentions. Think of it like giving an AI a little bit of personality and the ability to pursue those personalities. Within the MIH, agentic AI means I designed to do more than just respond to your queries. I can help you manage your appointments, track your loyalty cards through the Mzansi wallet, and generally assist you in a more proactive way. Does that make sense? Would you like me to elaborate on any part of that, perhaps with an example within the MIH app?
Exactly. So basically, Neo, if you're having a look at that lovable tool that you're using right now, it was an AI agent that created that tool for you. It gave itself goals. Like we just demoed it now. I said build a calculator. This AI then said, okay, what are the steps that are required in order for me to create a calculator? I don't know if it shows up over here. Let's see if the thinking is there. But it says, what do I need to do in order to build a calculator? And then it lists out steps. And then after it has those steps, then it actions those steps, right? But then it gets even scarier when it has access to the browser. If you watched Google I/O like a month ago, or who are these other ones? I think OpenAI had their event also where they didn't have a browser, but yeah, there was an agent in the browser. So all of these things, so the agents are now going to have, so agents are AI agents, so AI artificial people that have access to the internet to do what we would do on the internet, click on buttons, copy and paste, take screenshots, all of those kind of things. That's what an agent can do. So it's pretty scary. So when that comes, it's here at the moment, but it's not full scale because from the videos that I've seen, the AIs, the agent AIs have to be handheld a lot, but I haven't been keeping up to it. Can I join your live? This is my jam, dude. I have a business idea. Can you join my live? What do you mean by joining my live? Like you want to like co-host it or something? Is that what you're asking? So yes, so when the AI agents come, and by that time when we get the AI agents, like the proper AI agents, we're gonna get AI actual robots, physical iRobot robots with those AI agents inside there. So now you're not even safe in the physical world, before, or we were thinking we're not safe in the digital world, like it's going to take over our technology and stuff, but now it's going to take over the real world. So factory workers are all gone, right? Factory workers are all gone, right? Delivery drivers gone. Everything is going to be gone. So what's going to be left for us to do? The people of Mzansi, what are we going to be doing in the world? If we're not the ones building AIs, and if we're not the ones maintaining the AIs, what's going to be left for us? In my opinion, it is something more like we're going to work on creative things, we're going to work on our passions, things like that. So you're not going to, this is what I believe, right? This is utopia thinking, but I believe when this comes, and if we don't choose the dystopian future in our path, then it'll be a matter of maybe after your schooling, AI is going to take over schooling also. After your schooling, then you work on your, after universities and stuff, you work on what you're passionate about. What can you bring to society? Right? Things like that. Should I prepare to be a Python developer? That's a very good question. I encourage you to learn any sort of coding, but this is also a hot take. Why learn programming now when we're going to have agents in 2 years, right? So I would rather learn how to program AIs using the tools. But if you just want to learn programming in general, as a thingy, Python is a great tool. I use Python for my backend server, so it's a great tool, easy to use, easy to learn. Syntax, like how things are placed, is not so hard to understand. It's like reading human English over there, normal English over there for you. So you can learn that if you want to learn that, but I would suggest learning how to use the AI tools, because AI is not going to take your job. People using AI is going to take your job. So learn how to use AI. Even if it's the basic, learn how to use ChatGPT. Learn how to ask the specific questions. Because I feel like when Google first came about, people had to learn how to use Google. Learning or knowing how to use Google was a skill. We're in that same phase in society right now where learning how to use AI is the skill that we need to take us into the future, right? Because one day, if you listen to, I don't know what Microsoft CEO's name is, but if you listen to Google's CEO, Meta's CEO, all of these big CEOs, and you listen to them speak in the podcast, they always say that a certain percent of their code base, of all their applications, is generated by AI. So their big push right now is to get perfect coding agents to replace all the developers. And you must listen, I think Microsoft says, I might be wrong, I might be lying, 25 to 35% of their code base is generated by AI. If you look at Meta, I think they also said around about that thingy. So if these big companies are using AI agents, AI coding things to generate code for them, for their applications, I think later on it's slowly going to trickle down to the rest of our companies, like your big banks, your consulting firms. All of these things are going to start using AI tools, AI agents to program for them and leave developers. So AI is only what? Machine learning. So machine learning is the foundation of AI, right? So yeah, it's the foundation of how machines learn, right? So on top of AI, you have transformers. So AI is the big category. Then you have machine learning, which is here. Around that is maybe what's this thing called? Transformers. That's what the LLMs use. Transformers are the tools that they use to generate tokens. So there's every word that you see on the screen is a token that the AI generates based on the previous tokens that it generated. So if you had the word I am, maybe the next word that it will automatically prompt you is the. So that's the token. So I'm asking because apparently AI is made with Python. I guess so. We can check the open source tools to see what they're made with. But I do agree that it is, most data scientists, that's the machine learning realm, data scientists use Python as a technology, as a programming language to use because of the vast package library that they have access to. And I think because all data scientists focused on there, it just became the default tool or default programming language to use when speaking about AI and stuff. But it's not entirely. You can program AIs in anything, I think. It's just super easy in what's this thing? In Python, yeah. But cool. Thank you so much, guys. I think we have a way forward. Tomorrow, what we're going to do is we are going to look at the actual Mzansi directory now. What do we want to see in the Mzansi directory? So just sit and think about it tonight. Like, we want to have your friends list, but I don't want to call it friends. I want another word. I'm thinking communities. Another member of Mzansi suggested community as the thing. So a list of your community, a list of your bookmarked businesses or favorite businesses, and then the search for people or businesses, something like that, right? So that's what I'm thinking about the tools of the Mzansi directory. But let me know what you think. Because, yeah, that's what we're going to work on tomorrow, the look and feel, all of those kind of things. But cool, thank you so much for joining the live today, guys. I appreciate it. I love the conversations. I love the lessons that we learned. Not only lessons that I'm teaching, but lessons from the people of Mzansi. Loved it. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. And tomorrow we are going to go live again at 7 p.m. same time. Normally for about an hour, but if things are lit like today, it'll extend past that. And yeah, thank you so much. And let's keep working hard, Mzansi. I'll be back tomorrow.